Okay, we are back for part 2 of our optical illusion, our op art project. If you watched the first video, you were shown how to create the three-dimensional looking disco ball or sphere. So for the next part of this project, I think this might go a little bit quicker. You're going to create a background. So I'm going to do my best to explain it quickly. Please feel free to pause the video at any time so you can catch up. You're going to start with a blank sheet of paper. You will need a ruler or a pencil. I'm going to use a Sharpie because I've done this before, but please use a pencil if you are questioning and unsure of what you're doing. So I'm going to start by putting a dot in the center of my paper. I want to split up this paper in approximately 8 sections. I want to make 8 lines. It's very important to have an even number of lines. So I did tell the kids in school that they can do corner, 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 and then midpoint, 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 midpoint. That will give you basically 8 even sections. I don't always love to be exact, so I am going to space mine out maybe a little differently, but you do want to try to have even sections if you can get them. So I'm going to keep going around the edge of my paper. Those are, what's that, 5 lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need 3 more on here. I need to make it all the way around. Again, hopefully having an even space in between each of them. I do. When you finish, you should have 8 pie pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should also have 8 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. So please make sure you split your paper into even sections. Now is a good time to pause if you haven't finished those. Your next step is to do curved lines. We are going to talk very much about smile lines and rainbow lines. And that's what you're going to do in each one of these pie pieces. So we're going to start with rainbow lines. I'm going to put 2 fingers down so I know that I want my first rainbow line right about there in my first pie piece. We're going to work on this pie piece first. Okay. Notice it's a pretty good curve. It's not stretched out like we oftentimes do. It is a pretty decent rainbow curve. I'm going to make sure I have 2 more fingers there. I made a tiny little dot. And then I'm going to create another rainbow curve. I'm going to do about 4, approximately 4. If yours are closer together, you might fit 5. Okay. I'm going to keep going until I run out of room. Now, if it goes into La La Land, that's okay. Actually, I would probably see 1 more here. I could fit 2 fingers there and see 1 more, but that goes all the way over here in La La Land, so I don't really see it. So this column, this pie piece, has all rainbow lines. My next pie piece is going to be the opposite, and these are going to be smile lines. So I need to make sure I'm always touching these points on the edge. You always have to start from there. I'm going to do a smile curve. I'm going to do another smile curve here. I don't really need to measure as much because I know that these ones are already spaced correctly. I just need to make sure I'm touching those points like that. So that's not the best smile curve. That wasn't a great curve, but it's there. And I think I would see one here if I was looking in La La Land. Okay, I'm going to keep turning my paper every time. So I know I need a rainbow curve, rainbow curve, rainbow curve, and a teensy weensy one there. Turn it again. This time I need a smile curve. Smile. Smile. I always touch. Now, there's nothing to touch over here. So I need to just remember that it would be evenly spaced. So I would do another smile curve here and another smile curve here. That's all that I see. Okay. Turn it again. Not smile this time, but rainbow. Always touching the same point on each pie piece. I'm going to turn it again. Smile. Smile. What happens if I don't have another curve to touch? I know I have empty space. I still need to create that curve. 1 more up here. We've got 2 more pie pieces to go. rainbow. Now, as I'm finishing, these should be pretty darn close to each other, almost at the same place. If they're not, you're gonna run into trouble. So I'm gonna keep doing these rainbow curves. One more here, one more here. And then I'm gonna end. Now, here is the tricky part. You have to be able to connect these. Even if it doesn't make the best smile line, they still need to connect at these points. If you don't connect them at those points, the optical illusion, the checkerboard, will not work for you. Okay, so even though mine are not perfect smile curves, I still need to connect them where they met. Okay, that's what your background should look like when you're done. Okay. The last step is just to take your pencil or your Sharpie. I do not want you to spend a million years coloring this in. I just want you to be sure you can create a checkerboard pattern here. It's very similar to the disco ball. Just use your pencil or Sharpie to, I mean, it's basically scribbling. I'm trying to stay in the spaces just so I know that on my final project, this one would be colored in. And this little guy would be colored in. Now, I know that I gotta skip the first one. This guy would be colored in. Again, don't skip pie pieces. Don't skip pie pieces. Go in order. Don't just all of a sudden get bored, come sit back down and say, oh, I'm just gonna color this one in over here. It probably won't work out very well for you. So I'm going in order the whole way. Okay? I'm going to pause the video to finish that up. You can do the same. All right, kiddos, this is what it should look like when you're done kind of scribbling it in. We are going to learn how to first put it on final paper, and then we're going to shade those opposite spaces with color. So we'll talk about that when we get back to school. But please, again, just try to give a little bit of time to art class if you've missed these last couple art classes in school, so that we're all on the same page when we get back in the building on January 4th. I hope you guys have an awesome Christmas. Happy New Year. Can't wait to see you in 2021. I know it's going to be a great year. I'll see you soon. Bye, 5th grade.